If you're thinking about moving to Olympia but not quite sure yet, then you're in the right spot. Just stick around. We're going to tell you all the pros and cons of living in Olympia.
We're Joe and Charity Slawter. We are local real estate agents, and we're here to give you the insider information so that you can make informed decisions, because we help clients just like you who are moving into the area. So if you want to connect with us very easily, you can either call or text us on the number below.
Okay, the first pro we're going to give you is obvious, because this is what everybody thinks about when they think about the Pacific Northwest, and that is the natural beauty. It is amazingly stunning.
And one of the highlights obviously is Mount Rainier, because it is beautiful in any season. When the sun's out, you're in awe of how gorgeous and large that thing really is. And then of course in good weather, there's wonderful hikes you can go and explore. Beautiful in the spring, fall. Ooh, amazing place you're going to want to visit.
And that's not the only place. This is really like a hub in Olympia for all the different directions. So besides Mount Rainier, you've got the Olympic National Forest, and it is beautiful. In fact, there's a rainforest out there. It's the only non-tropical rainforest in the world. It's the Hoh National Rainforest, and there's so many hikes and things to do, and gorgeous beaches, and we have lakes, and we have waterfront, and we have
Puget Sound.
Right.
Enormous all over the place. Yeah, lakes. You'd head further south, you can go to Mount St. Helens, explore that. But literally there's hikes and there are lakes and there's beautiful waterfalls to see. Endless outdoor beauty that you're going to want to check out. That is one of the biggest pros. All right, though, we got to let you know of a con, because this is real. This is so real, and it is the weather.
Which is the other thing that people think about when they think about our area. It is rainy here.
Yeah. And when people think, does it really rain that much? Yes. Yes, don't let anybody deceive you thinking, oh, it's just a little bit in the off season. Nope. There's about 8 months where it is drizzly, and you're going to want to be aware of that. A lot of times people, especially people that have been around for a while, actually take trips in January and February to get a little sun to come back. I like it. I think it's cozy. I love it. However, a little sunshine somewhere in January, February is worth the trip.
You may actually start drinking more coffee when you get here, because you need something to cozy up with when it's rainy and drizzly outside. Another pro that we've experienced since we moved here is a strong sense of community. Olympia is not a huge city where you feel like you're going to get lost. It feels like you can wrap your arms around it. It's a good size. You can get to know people, snuggle up to it, get to know people, and really feel like you put down roots here.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, an example of that has been great. Our youngest son played baseball at Olympia High School, and those same parents that we've been around for years watching baseball together, we still go out probably once a month, every other month, go out, have dinner, just talk
Empty
about
Nesters Club.
It's true though, and it's real. They're really great, authentic, wonderful people, and you're going to find that if you move here. However, let's jump into a con, because it's not all just wonderful, snuggly community. We have politics.
Being that it's the state capital.
State capital, you might not like politics, or you might like to get into some grassroots and make a difference. Well, you're going to experience that here. So that could be a pro or con for you, depending on your take on it. However, it is the state capital. It is a politically blue area. So you're going to see protesting. You're going to see people's opinions. You're going to see grassroots. You're going to keep having people come up and ask you to sign petitions. That happens. I like the political grassroots. I like the thinking that the things that we do can help make a positive difference. And if you're like that, then you're probably going to like it. Or if that's something you want to be a part of, you're going to want to know that in advance.
Here's another great pro about Olympia. We have a really fun cultural and art scene, and it's unique. It's not just like art galleries that you would see anywhere. This is like hands-on making art sort of community. In fact, we have something called the Procession of the Species, and it is a celebration of earth and art, and people spend weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks creating these elaborate costumes. And then they do a parade through town. There's also a luminary parade in the evening, and it is phenomenal what people do, and the art scene continues throughout the year, of course, but that is definitely one of the pros of this area.
One of the things that a lot of people view as a con here is the lack of diverse industry. So the job market here in the area is localized, and it's around the state capital. It's around ancillary services that go along with that. You also have the military base and also services that go along with that as well. So it's not like this really huge, robust, diverse industry. Those are kind of the primary ones, along with the healthcare and the school system. So that's our job market. Just really isn't as robust as maybe some other areas.
Right. Seriously, you don't have Boeing here like you got up north. You don't have Microsoft like you got up north. It's just kind of the localized opportunities like Joe was talking about. Another pro is that Olympia is very environmentally focused. So if the environment is important to you, then this is the place to be.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a tree that you want to hug, if there's a gopher you want to snuggle with, if there's a frog that you want to pet, you're in luck, because this is the right place for you to consider all of those things, because we are environmentally friendly here.
And in fact, the reason Joe's mentioning the gophers and the frogs is because we have some specific laws in place that prohibit you building in certain areas based on frogs and gophers. So we are very environmentally focused. So come on this way if that's you.
Another con that you're going to want to be aware of is we do not have a lot of nightlife. There's not a place to boogie. You're just not going to get down on a regular basis unless you head up to Seattle or head down to Portland. Seattle's about an hour and a half north. Portland's a couple hours south. Most of what we have is going to be localized, small bands, and little pubs, little, coffee shops even. You're going to experience that. But the big parties, big type of things, not here.
No, nothing like that here. But it can be a pro.
I think it's fun though. I think it's good.
Yeah, depends on how you look at it. The next pro has exactly to do with what Joe just said, is that we're close to Seattle and Portland. So people actually move here to Olympia just to be in the middle and be able to get to both places, but live in a quieter city. So if you'd like to live somewhere where it's nice and peaceful and quiet and still have the opportunity that's pretty quick to get to major cities, then this is really a great spot.
Yeah, it's perfect because you can jump off. You could be in Portland in a couple hours train ride. You could be up to watch major sporting events like Seahawks or the Mariners or concerts in Seattle or in Portland. It's really kind of nice. Here's the con that I think all cities in America are currently experiencing, and that is homelessness. And we have that here as well. There's encampments around, and you'll find in certain parts of town, they'll move through those areas, and you're going to be aware of that. That's where, if we do have crime, which we don't have a lot, you're going to experience it around those areas for the most part. We are in the state capital. It is things that we are currently actively working on, but you need to be aware of that when moving here. That is something that you're going to experience here as well.
And the last pro of living in Olympia is the cost of living. Now, you may think because we're so close to Seattle that we're as expensive as Seattle, but we're not.
Well, we are 40% cheaper than Seattle, so that $1 million home in Seattle is going to cost you about $600,000 here. It is going to be an amazing neighborhood as well as waterfront, all that. This is great. And it's not just the cost of homes that are cheaper. All the elements from gas to groceries, all of it is going to be cheaper. Your traffic commute is going to be less impactful. All of the major things that increase quality of life that go along with cost of living, that's a pro here.
In fact, we are the least expensive area in all of Washington State to be on the coast. So if you like waterfront and you want to be somewhere that's affordable, then Olympia is the place to be. I know we just threw out a ton of information, but if you are thinking about moving to Olympia, then you've got the right people. Come talk to us. Go ahead and text us or call us. That number is right below.
And keep watching our videos to find out more information that's going to help you make an informed decision when you're considering moving to Olympia.